It's another beautiful day in the beautiful city of Essen. And behind me, I have an awful lot of people interested in the games that are also behind me and that we are going to take a look at. Welcome to GMS Magazine at Spiel 2015. You know, if you could see under this table where we are at the moment, you could probably see me jumping up and down a little bit because I have in 2015 not really been as excited about the game as I have been about Mistfall. Because seriously, it just feels like it is the perfect role-playing game on a board, which is amazing because I love role-playing games, and so does this man who's happened to have designed this thing of beauty. Thing of beauty, I tell you. Seriously, congratulations. That looks absolutely super gorgeous. How proud are you of this?
Very proud, I'll be honest with you. I'm very proud. This has been, I have been working, I've been toying with the idea of this game for a good few years, long before I even thought I would ever publish anything. And it's kind of a game I really wanted to exist, kind of. It's a game I really wanted to be there because honestly, the game I made it a little bit for myself. It was like, I would like this game to be there. I can't buy it, how about I make it?
This is a role-playing game on a board, and I know some people have expressed frustration because they thought it was a board game with role-playing aspects, and it's not the case at all, is it?
Well, I like to call it a thinking person's adventure game, and some people have expressed their negative feelings because they said, what do you mean there are no dice? Why? I want to roll dice, I want to draw stuff randomly and so on. Well, the truth is I wanted a game that would have this adventure feel, this role-playing feel, but a game that would also have solid mechanisms. The truth is that the world of role players and the world of board gamers, yes, these worlds overlap, but we have different expectations when it comes to role-playing games and board games. And I wanted Mistfall to be thematic, to be engaging on this thematic level, but I also wanted it to be a solid game, a game that requires a lot of thought. And if you are a person who likes thematic games and likes a bit of a brain burner, Mistfall will be for you. But if you're a person who doesn't care for the theme so much, but likes, working your deck, a little bit of deck building, a little bit of hand management, you might also like Mistfall without being interested in the topic in the least.
Tell me what the game is all about.
Well, it's a fully cooperative game. It's quest-based. So what you see here is a bit of a mock setup here. Why? Because this is a set of locations. Those locations, every adventure will tell you how to set up the locations. And actually all of those locations, apart from this one, should be face down. But for demonstrational purposes, we're keeping them face up here. So every adventure will tell you how to randomly set up the location. Every adventure will also give you the villain you need to destroy, and it will give you 2 extra cards. This is the special encounter tied to the villain, and this is a bit of a handy help card that will help you set up the quest, and that will give you its rules. You have everything in the quest guide, but not to flip through the quest guide all the time. We also provided this little helpful card. Now, the essence of the game is that you need to move to the location of that villain and eliminate him before the time runs out. Okay, so what is probably the most important element of the game is the hero. Every hero consists of 2 decks of cards. One is the deck you start the game with, the other one is an advanced deck. You keep it face up, and at any time during your turn you can buy cards from there for resolve, a resource you receive when you kill enemies. And Those cards go right into your hand. You can use them immediately. Every hero has their own unique deck. Every hero has their own unique set of those special abilities, of those special cards. And every game, you build your hero the way you want to. But there is also one very important twist to it. The deck is your life. So when you are damaged by enemies, you have to move some of the cards from your hand, from your deck, or from your discard pile into what is called a burial pile. These cards are not lost for the game, but they just require a little more effort to heal. But when you heal, you take the cards from your discard pile and you put them under your deck in the order you choose. In this game, you shuffle your cards once in the beginning of the game. So the idea for Mistfall was that I wanted something to be very deterministic in its resolution. You have random enemies, you have random encounter cards that set them up, you have a random setup of the board, but this all serves only variability. The rest is completely deterministic, so if you and other people playing can find a solution to a sticky situation you're in, you will be able to resolve this. You will be able to just go. It's not that you will say, okay, I will maximize my chances by doing this, and now I have to roll 3 dice. I wanted a game in which some of the situations were puzzles you can actually solve. And this is the core idea of Mistfall. Apart from that, we have 7 heroes, each completely different with its own deck, with its own unique abilities. We have generally 3 groups of enemies. They are tied to the 3 types of locations, and every enemy comes with their own, basically with their own abilities, with their own special, unique skills, and basically the 3 types are, we have like vile humans here, we have some undead, and we have some beastmen and beasts. So they are staples of the fantasy genre, coming back to the theme a little bit. From the characters, we have a fighter, a shield bearer, we have an arcane mage, we have a magical archer, which is called an arcane weave archer, we have a rogue, we have a priest who heals everyone else, and the undead fear the priest. So we basically have this iconic set of characters, an iconic set of monsters, and if I may say so myself, also a world with a distinct theme. There is the history of the world, there is the history of the characters. If you're interested in such things, it's basically in the quest guide. It has not only quests, but you can read short bios of the characters. So if you're into that, you want to know who the character you're playing is, you can read that. There is a bit of the lore of the world, and there is also an introduction to each and every villain. And by the way, talking about villains, actually we have one villain here. The villain, every villain card is double-sided. That's because villains are like souped up enemies. So, for example, this guy, you have to kill him once, and when you kill him, he only mutates and becomes an even more vicious version of himself, and you have to kill him again. Another enemy uses one of the side of the card when he's in air, when he's flying, and when he flies down to wreak havoc among the heroes, you flip him and then he's on the ground for some time. So when he's up, you need extra range. When he's down, this is the time when you can get him to kill him if you have no archers. Like I said, there is a lot of theme, solid mechanisms, and a world that has a distinct flavor. It's a bit of this, there is a bit of snow, there is a bit of, it's kind of this grayish, bluish. So if you liked themes like Skyrim or Icewind Dale, when it comes, for example, to both Forgotten Realms or to video games, this might be also up your alley.
It came out of Kickstarter. It did very well in Kickstarter. Are there going to be any more expansions? I know that you probably have some in your mind already.
Yes, I am working on an expansion actually, and there is going to be more stuff basically. More heroes. The expansion will introduce allies, which is a mechanism a lot of people asked me about because it's mentioned in the rulebook. It's mentioned in the cards actually. So that I don't have to fix the cards retroactively, I put in heroes or allies in many places, and people ask me, so are allies coming in an expansion? Yes, they are coming in an expansion, and a few new twists, a few new ideas. Some of the things that will be introduced in an expansion make the game a little easier, So I actually obviously needed to add stuff that will balance it out and make it more difficult. And since we're speaking about difficulty levels, let me do one more thing. This is like the regular hero side, but if you think that the game is too easy for you, you are a crazy person, but you can flip the card and get a nightmare mode, basically. So if you want to make the game more difficult, here you go. You have the chance to do that.
Well, now you know why I was so excited. Please, from role player to role player and gamer to gamer, please take a look at this one. If you like cooperative games and if you like role-playing games with a lot and a ton of flavor, just look into this. Trust me, just put it for your Christmas wish list. It's going to be there. Thank you very much indeed, sir, and many, many congratulations.
Thank you, and thank you.